Alright, so we all know David Beckham, football legend, global style icon, half of the world's most famous power couple. But what most people don't know is that David Beckham isn't just kicking footballs and looking good in suits anymore. He is quietly building one of the fastest growing wellness brands in the world. One that he didn't even start. It's called IM8. It's a supplement company built around longevity. And in less than a year, IM8 hit $100 million in revenue. And Beckham helped make that happen. I'll break this video into 6 sections and explain how Beckham pulled it off, why he chose wellness and longevity in the first place, and how he used his personal brand and network to scale it fast. And I'll also talk about what this teaches us about consumer brands like supplements, skincare, or drinks that are slowly becoming one of the most powerful ways to build wealth today. So let's get into it now. So IM8 is a longevity-focused supplement brand built around performance, recovery, and long-term health. Basically, it's designed to help you feel better, train better, and age better. The story actually started over dinner in Hong Kong. Beckham was talking to entrepreneur Danny Young about how ridiculous it was to take 16 different supplements every morning. That conversation became the spark for IM8, a brand built to simplify health. The whole thing is based on science-backed formulas and a clean, minimalist identity. Think of it as the Apple of wellness. Sleek, simple, and built on credibility. Now, timing-wise, IM8 couldn't have picked a better space. The longevity and wellness industry is exploding right now. Everyone's chasing optimization, how to sleep better, think sharper, and live longer. And before Beckham joined, IM8 was already doing a lot right. They had the science, the branding, and a clear vision of where wellness was heading. But they didn't yet have scale. They needed that global recognition, someone who could turn credibility into reach. And that's where Beckham stepped in. But why did Beckham choose to go all in on longevity and wellness when he could have picked anything? Well, if you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. Beckham has always been about performance and discipline, not just on the field, but in life as well. Even after retiring, he's maintained that image of someone who trains hard, eats clean, and takes care of himself. He's built his whole lifestyle brand around fitness, family, and feeling good. That perfectly fits with the IM8 narrative. So it's not random at all, rather an extension of who he already is. And from a business perspective, longevity is one of the smartest verticals he could have picked. It's the fastest growing health trend in the world right now. Unlike a few years ago, people aren't chasing youth anymore. They're chasing long-term health. Everyone wants to feel healthy and strong for as long as possible. And with supplements, you're not selling something people buy once and forget. You're selling something they take every single day. That means recurring revenue. Money that comes in month after month. If people trust your brand, they stay. That's called low churn, which basically means customers don't cancel their subscriptions. And because they keep buying, your customer lifetime value shoots up. Plus, supplements are expandable forever. You can launch new products for sleep, recovery, focus, immunity, you name it. There's always another need you can serve. So Beckham knew what he was doing with the wellness brand. He bought into a wealth system, a scalable, recurring business model in a booming market. And that's what makes this move so genius. The moment his name was attached to the brand in 2024, IM8 got something every startup dreams of: instant trust. Now, people might not know the science behind supplements, but they know Beckham, and they trust anything that carries his stand of discipline, performance, and style. That's what made this partnership so powerful. It wasn't about celebrity hype, but more about credibility. Beckham gave the brand that luxury meets lifestyle identity. He helped shape the story, the positioning, the tone. IM8 started looking and feeling like a global brand, not just another supplement company. And instead of launching 40 different products, they launched with just 2: Daily Ultimate Essentials and Daily Ultimate Longevity, or what fans now call the Beckham stack. Together, they replaced 16 pills with 1 scoop, best certified for sport and backed by real science. And that influence went beyond marketing. Beckham's team brought connections, partnerships, and reach that IM8 could have spent years trying to build on their own. And props to Beckham as well, who didn't just show up for the photo shoots and disappear. Rather, he got involved as a co-owner, an ambassador, and a strategic partner. He spent a year working with doctors from Mayo Clinic and even NASA's former chief scientist, testing formulas, rejecting hundreds of taste variations, making sure it was something he'd actually take every day. And doing that transformed a promising supplement company into a brand people actually aspire to be part of. When your co-owner is David Beckham, people don't question whether your product works. They just assume it does. That's instant legitimacy. But Beckham didn't just rely on his name. He built momentum. The team launched a series of smart, viral campaigns. One of the biggest being with tennis star Aryna Sabalenka. From there, they doubled down on partnerships with athletes across tennis, football, and fitness. The message was clear. IM8 wasn't just for gym bros or wellness junkies. It was for anyone chasing longevity and peak performance. And here's what made their marketing so smart. They didn't do cheap discounts or one-time hype. They focused on premium branding and subscriptions. So instead of trying to get a million one-off buyers, they built a smaller group of loyal, long-term customers who came back month after month. 80% of people who bought IM8 ended up subscribing. That is huge. And for anyone wondering what that means, it's basically the golden ratio of e-commerce. Their customer lifetime value, the total a customer spends, was almost 5 times higher than what it cost to get them. That's what you call sustainable growth and amazing unit economics. They also integrated IM8 into Beckham's entire ecosystem, from Inter Miami's fitness culture to his health-focused ventures and global fan base. It was subtle but powerful brand reinforcement. Everywhere Beckham went, IM8 went with him. He didn't just promote the brand, he industrialized it, turning it into a machine. A machine that created content, credibility, and distribution all at once. And that's how you scale a consumer brand from small to massive, not just through ads, but through alignment and relatability. The results? In just 9 months, IM8 was pulling nearly $6 million every month in revenue. That's $6 million every 30 days from a brand that even exists a year earlier. By month 11, they were on track to cross $100 million in annual recurring revenue. That's startup to 9-figure territory in under a year. More than 300,000 customer purchases, over 8 million surveys delivered, and more than 80% of those customers stay subscribed. That kind of retention doesn't happen by accident. It means the product actually works. People don't just buy once, they build it into their routine. And that's how, in less than a year, Beckham helped to turn IM8 from a promising supplement startup into one of the fastest scaling consumer brands on the planet. No retail rollout, no hype-based marketing, just science, authenticity, and one of the strongest celebrity business executions we've seen in years, building a $100 million brand in record time. And now the main and the biggest question, what does this all really show? It shows that consumer brands, when done right, can be one of the most powerful vehicles for wealth creation. Beckham didn't invent a new product. He didn't start from zero. He bought into something that already worked, then used his brand, his network, and his credibility to scale it faster than anyone thought possible. That's the real deal. You don't always need to build the rocket. You just need to find the one that's already lifting off and know how to make it go further. What Beckham did isn't new because Ryan Reynolds did the same with aviation gin, and I made an in-depth video on this. You can watch it here. Similarly, Roger Federer did it with On running, and Dr. Dre did it with Beats. So different industries, but same strategy: partnership and equity instead of paychecks. And it's also not about celebrities, it's about leverage. Beckham used his name as distribution, his story as marketing, and his credibility as brand equity. And you know it works because the data backs it up. It's literally a blueprint for how ownership creates compounding wealth. So the key takeaway here is simple. Ownership is everything. You don't build real wealth by working harder. You build it by owning assets that work for you. Whether it's a supplement brand, a small business, or piece of equity, ownership is what compounds over time. You don't have to start from scratch. You can acquire something that's already working and make it grow faster. That's how you move from operator to owner, from chasing income to owning it. If you want to learn how to do that, how to find value and grow consumer brands, grab the Ultimate Consumer Brand Growth and Acquisition Playbook by clicking in the first link in the description. And I'll see you in the next episode.